All right, we're here, CES 2025, and I'm at the Samsung display area. A lot of really exciting products coming out this year. One that was really cool is definitely their brand new QD OLED technology, and it is a lot brighter. It's definitely looking really vivid, really cool, and I just wanted to ask a few questions here to Samsung to try and get some answers on the actual exact brightness. So, we have this new panel. Can you maybe tell me roughly what to expect in a 100% window and a 10% window, and what we can expect that will do for HDR and why somebody might actually be excited to pick one of those up versus a last generation model or maybe a competing brand?
Thanks, Connor. Really good to have you here. So the first thing I would say is the QD OLED 2025 TV lineup really introduces the hyper-efficient EL 3.0 material, which is our all-new EL material. What that allows us is to recombine the holes and electrons. So basically, the EL or the OLED layer is where we convert electrons to photons. The more photons we create, the brighter the display. So that's what's kind of the material science behind it. And what that allows us is to hit peak brightness of 4,000 nits. That's a 3% window, 10% 2,200 nits, and a full 100% full white over 440 nits. And that's on a 77-inch, 65, and 55. The other interesting thing about this and why this kind of ties in with the HDR experience you alluded to is that HDR is not just about brightness and darkness, but it's the overall color volume. And that's where QD OLED really outperforms any other display technology. So you're creating 4,000 nits of pure colored luminance. This is RGB, truly additive display. Unlike other technology that might need a white boost, leading to kind of washed out saturated colors, but with the QD OLED you get the widest color gamut, the widest color volume, all without actually compromising on any of the other aspects. The other thing that is noteworthy is that this brightness increase is not by driving the panel harder. It is with the same power efficiency, the same heat dissipation, everything is the same. It's just a more efficient conversion of electrons to photons.
Okay, yeah, that's really cool information. Thank you for sharing that. I did want to ask a few follow-up questions. So, first of all, where does the brightness end for these TVs? I mean, is there a goal in mind? Are you going for like the 10,000 nits that's been proposed by some in the smaller window sizes? Is there a time in which you go, hey, we're going too far? Is there more room in the tank? What do you think?
So I would say for us, we want to listen to our customers and the consumers. I think personally, this is a great level in terms of all the performance you can get. 440, 2,200 on a 10%, that's fantastic. And 4,000 nits, like previously only a Pulsar, the Dolby Pulsar, the really mastering monitors would achieve those. So all in all, this is a great starting point. It's not a starting point, I would say it's an evolution that has taken us here. But what's next? Sometimes technology really surprises us. And so at this point, this is the best we can do. This is the best that material science and visual display science can put together, and that's what we have.
Okay, yeah, well, and I would say in terms of a display technology, QD OLED, in my opinion, is probably going to be the best you can get. Now, it all comes down to the brand as to how they implement that technology and if they're able to fully take advantage of it. But I'd love to see how that plays out this year. We'll definitely have to see who shows up. But it's definitely looking good. I can tell you in person, very impressive. So, and I believe it's 165 hertz in the TVs now. Is that correct?
Yes. That's correct.
Okay, and that'll be, so yeah, that's 165 hertz. Now all we need is, at some point in the future, hopefully a 42 and 48 inch for those gamers out there who want, smaller ones. Hopefully that happens someday, I'm sure. Probably can't comment on that right now, but I'd love to see it. Not just WOLED, but also QD OLED. And then hopefully we get someday a little bit of that tint figured out, but who knows? We'll have to see. Everybody's got their own, little things that are great and little things that need a little work. But I would say overall what you guys have this year is really impressive, and I cannot wait to get my hands on some of them and review them as I do suspect they'll be doing very, very well. But thank you
you
so much for your time.
Thank you.
And I'll let you get back to it.
All right. Thanks, Connor.
Oh,
Appreciate
yeah.
it.
Sorry.
All right. It's all good.